America last Democrats race to raise debt ceiling, send more money to Ukraine in lame duck session. So they're really trying to push this, trying to hurry up and get as much stuff out before the Republicans take over as they can. They're gonna, of course, the American people are just gonna end up getting worse. Inflation's gonna get worse. They don't care anything about that. They don't care anything about prices or anything. They just care about like they always do, pushing their agenda. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Then when you hit that alarm bell, click it again, and you can change it from personal to all. That way you get all notifications from when I'm putting out stuff. And also check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. And there's also a link to my Instagram where I put out even more information. So check that out as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Um, while Republicans took back the U.S. House of Representatives in the recent midterm elections, Democrats are scrambling to pass big spending progressive bills before they lose full control over the legislative branch. Come January, the GOP will secure the gavel in the House, while the Democrats will retain a majority in the Senate. Before their power is diminished, Democrats are rushing to address the debt limit, uh, get more funding for the war in Ukraine, and codify same sex and interracial marriage, despite neither being illegal, reports The Guardian. Like, they just, this stuff doesn't really mean anything. It's not illegal. So what are they really doing? Why are they trying to codify this? They're trying to stir up their base. That's what they're doing there. And then they just keep giving into their money laundering scheme. Keep giving into the Ukraine. We already know what happened with FTX and the money laundering there. So they're just filling up their coffers there. But quote, we're gonna try to have a productive as productive a lame duck session as possible, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said during a press conference. Quote, it's going to be heavy work, long hours to try to get much done. On November 13th, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said she wanted to get Congress approved to see Congress approve a debt ceiling increase in the upcoming lame duck session, which is the session after new representatives are elected, but before they take office. See, I don't understand how the government can just keep on overspending. They keep spending, 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 and want to go raise the limit again to spend any more, even more money without making. Instead of just trying to make cuts like normal Americans are doing right now, we're making cuts. No, they want to keep getting more and more of your money. But quote, we want to see the debt ceiling get done. If it got done in the lame duck, that would be great as far as I'm concerned. Yellen said to reporters at the G20 summit meeting in Bali, Indonesia, according to U.S. News. Quote, the economic scenario is cataclysmic. The downturn would be comparable to that suffered during the financial crisis of 2008, said a reporter by Moody Analytics, which predicted failure to raise the ceiling could wipe out 15 trillion in wealth and cost as many as 6 million jobs. This is crazy. And Schumer last week said that he wants to get a quote get a debt ceiling done in this work period, but acknowledged that it would be virtually impossible without bipartisan support. On the same day, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell told reporters that he didn't think Congress would work on a debt ceiling until sometime next year. Currently, the statutory debt limit is 31.4 trillion, an amount that may be too little if the legislator wants to keep borrowing money next year, according to projections by Bipartisan Policy Center. And this is crazy here. So this is what people don't understand how much $1 trillion really is. They don't understand how much money this really is, and they're saying like, how is that not enough money to run a government? $31 trillion. They're saying that's not enough, and they're asking for more. This is crazy. Our government is spending out of control. Um, in separate interviews last month, Republican reps Kevin McCarthy, Jim Banks, Adrian Smith, and Jason T. Smith all said they plan to use the raising of the debt ceiling as a bargaining chip to demand various changes to federal law. reports the Washington Post. Also on the docket for the lame duck session is approving more funding for Ukraine, which has already received $54.43 billion in a non-military aid from the U.S., according to the Institute for the World Economy. So, and then when you factor in all the weapons we're giving them, that's billions of dollars right there. Like, and then they're talking about raising the debt ceiling. So, where are we getting all this money from? Where's the money coming from? We can't afford this. But while multiple congressional Republicans call for forensic audit of the aid sent to Ukraine to help them fight back against Russia, Joe Biden's White House has asked Congress to approve another $37 billion, reports the Associated Press. This is just unprecedented. Fears of Republicans using their newfound power in the House next year could motivate Democrats to try to pass another package for Ukraine in the lame duck session, says The Guardian. Rep. McCarthy, who could be the next Speaker of the House, has already signaled that Republicans will use their majority to restrict additional spending on the war, and thank goodness for that. Also in the chamber is the Respect for Marriage Act, a bill to codify gay and interracial marriages, neither of which are illegal in any part of the United States in the first place. So what is the point of passing this? But, quote, passing the Respect for Marriage Act is no longer a matter of if but when, Schumer said earlier in this month. And the Senate is expected to take a final vote on the matter when the chamber returns after Thanksgiving recess. This is crazy what's going on. They're trying to push all this nonsense. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out themarkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.